Jesus now. Come ye broken hearted, come to Jesus now. Ye who thirst after righteousness, come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. Ready? Missy, yes, we are about it. Yes, we are about Missy, yes, we are about it. Yes, we are about Miss Sopiero, Betty Pino. Miss Sopiero, Bono Mubide. Miss Sopiero, Betty Pino. Miss Sopiero, Bono Mubino. Miss Sopiero, Betty Pino. Miss Sopiero, Bono Mubino. Missy, yes, yeah, bad. Missy, yes, yeah, bad. Now listen, come ye broken hearted, come to Jesus now. Now see, please come. Come ye thirsty one, come to Jesus now. Come ye broken hearted, come to Jesus now. Come ye thirst after righteousness, come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. He's the bread of life, the living water. Come to Jesus now. Nana, yes, we are about it. Yes, we are about yes, we are about it. Yes, we are about wonderful.
Today we are very privileged. Now, the good Lord has smiled on us. And the original team. Yeah, Papa. Original director of our house. But how this place is going to travel that. Me can't agree. Some of you are doing a lot of later. And say I'm the 70 medical superintendent. Now, going to receive the original director. Now, I am one from that angle.
Thank you very much. I want to introduce you our new regional director, the person of Dr. Emmanuel. Please come. You are welcome. On my left, we are having our dignity in charge. The CEO of Clinical Hospital, CEO, Dr. Mr. Oben. The CEO of Clinical Care, Dr. Tafo. Our Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Emmanuel. Our Regional Acting Administrator, Samu. Myself, Dr.
Good afternoon. Sir, there by the better tree and a couple of them. Let me see one. But not that I may be sad. So I went to Ghana chanting, but not the result to cheat. What I saw to cheat? What you? Let me say, when I want to say, you're new regional director. Oh, Ashanti Region. Tell me I want it. Now, a friend of Dr. Ojo Tinkorang. Send the Emma Mekayo. Now the Tinkorang ATI. Let's have to say, your friend is saying, Doctor. I did the motion show. Now, over to baby Samo. If you some bit me, I'm a master in the general crowd. That's a motion show. Now, a big yourself call a year districts and name various hospitals. Now, what will the facilities? Nothing so when they Tafo, or no way to man, or no way interaction, or no way to come on the crowd. If you wash us, your programs, this will be good. I can't cry. You have now, Nana management, a man in yarn, you say, mobile staff together. 80, I am friend. 80, you buy ya. Now, we can write about you better to get chairman. Now, if you so, yeah, over my Ashanti Region. Ọma mason ate na ansa na obekasa no medical aka isafaka afa eye director yi o share adwumasi ache owie the house magic ewo Konebu National Hospital in 1993 na owie no ana ekutu no call Nsawam Government Hospital of course Government Hospital no okay, medical superintendent. Now, when you make a crack, and now I'm going to issue a district directors about a system. It's also obey a district director for a year is the one that district that time. Into a medical superintendent, and I was hired to be district director at the same time. It's also a Juma close to 10 years. Na the modern body almost post to no for a Eastern Regional Health Administration and a directorate as the SMOPH. They can't SMOPH, it's just a senior medical officer, public health. I will say, what will be no some position number 2. Into or call or Eastern Regional Health Directorate as SMOPH. And also, we are doing for some years. And reforms by a year health center. It reforms by an only TG, a from SMOPH to Deputy Director, Public Health. Those days, no SMOPH, it's a Deputy Regional Director. It is also a Deputy Director, Public Health for a number of years. Now, the year free is still region. I don't call a year 1.5 region. For corporate region also, for a year DPPH for close to 8 years. Now, over the home of the year, where you do my pa, it's a band as I said, a promotion. It's a promotion of a regional director of health service. Now, you don't call Western region. Or call Western region also, or call Juma as the regional director. Last year November, or changes, our regional director Simono, and I'm going to buy a Ashanti Region as our new regional director of health service. It is all in history here. Post what service now, what do you do? Why doctor, medical superintendent, district director, SMOP, deputy director, public health. Where regional director? It's a postman I can't read. President. I don't know. That was what you want. Yeah, you go to a man. I don't go to man. Aha. Say, 20 experience be brave. Experience be brave. Say, what shall I say? So, Kasa. We don't have experience. Oh. 80 Sunday demo. Now, doctor, staff from Tafo Government Hospital. 80 Sunday, we can find okay, see, okay.
want just to give a brief profile about Tafo, since the director is new here and they have the space. Please, director, you are welcome to Tafo Hospital, also known as mentioned of. We have a very heavy population of 235,000. We have 28 zones and 68 outreach points. The community has almost 164. Then also, Tafo Government Hospital was established in 1976. Then urban health center, but has been upgraded in 2000. And some of our priorities are zero maternal death. We also want to improve our specialized units like ENT, dental, and also ENT and dental. We also want to improve our emergency. We say non-communicable disease, and also want to ensure that we are running 24-hour service specialized one. So far, we are having also this year from your initiative, we have started public health medical outreach. Please, doctor, come ophthalmology, come please. They don't go hit that, not knowing, please come. Please, come here front. Please, Dr. Lawson, our ophthalmologist. So we started from your initiative to do the decentralizing the medical students. We started with the public health. So far we are having 4 students, 5th year, public health and clinical care, and then the supervision, the clinical care, and the public health. So Dr. Jate is taking care of that. I don't know, they did not add yet ophthalmology. So we are grateful. Okay, so staff strength. We are having doctors, 11 out of them 4 specialists. Among the specialists, we are having the ophthalmology, the dermatology, gynecology, urology. We also have a consultant surgeon, which is a local. Physician assistant, we are having 9. Midwife 56, nurse 148, and the rotation 150. Clinical care, we are having 270 OPD integrators, 76,812. Then first quarter, if you see, there is an increase. The insured claim too, it has been increased because of the capitation. Also, the non-insured has reduced, but the insured has increased because capitation has been raised. Clinical care, we are having out total admission last year, we have 3,391, and we have 21 deaths. First quarter 2018, we already have 12 deaths. If you compare last year, 7. Maternity services, we are having total ANC registered 1,895. Instead below, if you see, because the Wi-Fi is high, but that's why we invited the Trinity, because most of them goes to Trinity. He has some strategy to do. He gave him lunch and all this pampering them. Also, we are having the deliveries last year was almost 2,000. This year, first quarter, we had increment also. The cesarean section, we want to thank God. We have very big cesarean section, 108 already first quarter. Last year, 530. Then the stillbirth we have, last year we had only 2. Then macerated 12. First quarter this year we had already 8 against 3 last first quarter. We have to check on that macerated fetus. Surgery, we also have increment in every the major and minor one. Only unfortunately this first quarter we had 1 maternal death in March. It has been audited. Then NHIS and document, if you see, I wanted to bring it out that we have 10 months and deadness. 2016, September, November, December has been jumped. 2017, we have September, October, November, December. 18, January, February, March. So we are having almost 1.1 million deadness. HS and definitely is very huge, congestion, and we need our equipment to inadequate. We need a new equipment for new specialized place. We also have the maternity block, which has been built to the and the parliament, they say 50 bed or 56 bed is incomplete. So we want to increase our bed. Actually, we have 50 beds only. Then way forward was what to do the stakeholders to complete all the ongoing projects. The maternity, which because we are planning to do the housemanship training, we have the housemanship and the housemanship flat is ready, but they have to hand it over. Which director will be? I will be blessed if you go and visit the place.
I want to say, on behalf of my team, I would like to thank you for receiving me. And I apologize. I should have been here earlier. I think I was here to meet the management. But the job is a lot, so we had to go around the other parts of the region. We were in Durbar last week. So the idea was that we would try and finish the territories and then we would move inside. But today is a privilege because this is a durbar and I'm here with you. From the introduction, at least you know something about me. I've always identified myself with hospitals because I'm a clinician, one of the top clinicians. I was in the hospital close to 10 years. My hospital, I was the only doctor. It was 150 bed hospital. I went there for 6 continuous years as the only doctor. And based on those challenges, I've come to identify the work that we are doing. And then my work as a district director. So I'm both a clinician and a public health person. We have done our best for the service. Very soon, we will be retired out of the service. But we need to build you, develop you, encourage you, and work with you so that for the period that is left, at least we can impact something for Ashanti Region before we finally go home. Where I go, I tell them that in all the regions that I've worked, I always leave those regions better than the way I met it. So I believe that I will leave Ashanti Region better than the way. This is my home region, because this is where my ancestors comes from. So maybe it's just appropriate that I should be working here also at this time. Anywhere I go, I try to share my vision with my people. Because I'm here, you should understand the way I work, how I want things to be done, so that the near future, at least it can impact on you. So I always start like this, and I believe strongly in God. So anywhere I go, I tell them that in all my work as a doctor, the challenges that I've gone through and everything, it's always God first in my life. So that's what I usually bring on board. And for my life, that about 70% of my time, I believe that is about God's way. Yes. The next thing is that I believe strongly that whatsoever you do, you don't do it for human beings. And more importantly, with the healthcare profession that we are in, you are not working for human beings. Sincerely, if you are working for human beings, you wouldn't have been here. Because there are so many disappointments. Human beings will fail you all the time. This salary that you are taking cannot sustain you, nothing. But if you believe that you are working for a higher being, then you will be self-motivated and then move on. So anywhere I go, I try to use my favorite Bible verse, Colossians 3:23, to hammer my point, which says that whatsoever you do it as if not for what? Human being, but you are doing it for God. And that is the principle that I want to develop, so that you will always be motivated. And more importantly, in this profession, where people who always come to us are one way or the other suffering and they need our help, that should be our motivation to move up. It's very, very important we do that. And I believe that even in your home, in your marriage, anything, if you believe that you are not doing it for that person, if you are doing it for a steward, a higher being, sometimes you work better. So that's what I will urge you to think of and then do. I believe strongly in teamwork, because you can't do it alone. For those of us who most of the time will go to theater, sometimes if the security and then the theater nurses, the anesthetists, all those people, if they are not ready, there's no way you can do the surgery. You may think that you are the doctor, but you need all of them. Even the laborer who have to pull the person to the theater, if he delays you, there's no way that you can do it. So, in principle, let us try and work as a team. And more importantly, in healthcare profession, because in healthcare profession, it's a multidisciplinary team. But if the team is not working, it's just like a chain. Any part of the chain that is broken, there's no way that you can function. So don't think that you are an individual working here, but it's a team of people who are seeing to the healthcare of other people. So it's very important to do that for me also. I believe strongly in the principle of equity. And as a Christian, I always say that should also be a very simple principle that you need to follow. That we're all created in the image of God. So for me, we don't have a small man and we don't have a big man. All of us are equal. And sincerely, that's what I believe every man is. We are all very, very equal. So we don't have a director, we don't have a laborer, but we have a group of people who are working together to achieve a healthcare delivery for people who need help so as to build our country. And that is what I believe we should do. It's very, very important we do that. Sincerely, I believe in humility. Because I always tell people that if you are already sitting on top there, then you are there. There's no way that if you are not down, you can move up. So in all your life, if you have a principle of humility, it tells you that there's always the need to come down so you can also go up. And for me, that has been my hallmark. People will always love you and appreciate you if they feel belonging and they believe that you are a very humble person. In fact, people will always respect you if you have humility in you. No human being is arrogant. That will be accepted in any society. So as you do this work, you try and build humility in you. It's something that you can develop, learn, and then it will help you. Principle of humility. It's very, very important we do that. Hard work and discipline. For hard work, anytime I talk about hard work, I always use this example. In Eastern Region, we have a mountain, and for those of you in Eastern Region, we call it Latte Mountain. So in Eastern Region, it's Latte before. In fact, if you've not used that road before and you are a driver, There is no way you can drive on that road. You can go the first, the second, but if you look down the valley, if you are not careful, you have to stop the car there. But for those of us who are living on the mountains and continually using that road, within 5 minutes I'm gone. That's the way you develop yourself. So if you start with hard work, beginning is very difficult. But as you continue to work on it, improve on your knowledge, your skills, you build your morals, you realize that at a point in time, it becomes routine in your life. And sometimes you will be doing it and you won't even realize it. It's just like the time that you wake up. For me, if I go to bed at 11 p.m., anytime I wake up and look at my watch, it's 4 a.m. And if you want to wake up at 7 a.m., anytime you look at your watch, it will be 7. And that is the principle. So you try and work very hard. With time, the learning curve will take place, and then eventually it becomes what? Routine for you. So that you won't be struggle. Rather than that, anytime you'll be under stress. You can say, "Move case no theater," and now doctor says about now because you are not happy with what you are doing. But if consistently you've done it within 15 minutes, you can finish with it, and then you build yourself up. It's important we do that. I believe strongly in discipline. I always tell people that I was brought up as a Presbyterian, a senior member in a Presbyterian church. And my church is a disciplined system. If you are disciplined, you will go. Because you will always follow the rules and the regulations of the service. So that it will help to enhance the service. Let us try as much as possible to communicate amongst ourselves, to share lessons and knowledge. And then more importantly, build relationships. I try as much as possible to build a relationship. It's you people who will sustain me. In some few years' time, I may not be here. Maybe I may be sitting in my village somewhere. And I may need something, I will come to Kumasi. And somebody will meet me. "Oh, you were our former regional director. You came to Tafo, and then you said these things about us." That is the relationship that I'm talking about. In this organization, we always have a beginning and an end. You will never be in Tafo forever. One day, you will have to leave this facility. But it's your behavior, your attitude, and all those things that you did whilst you were here that will sustain you in life. We've been to other regions. And anytime I enter the RH or even go to church, people will always come to you. It's because of the relationship that you built. So whilst you are here, relate nicely with one another. Don't ever fight with any human being or quarrel with any human being in your life. By the time you do that, most probably that will be the end of that person, and it becomes a permanent thing. So build on relationships, and then make sure that you have strong relationships, and all of us are one in unity. Then we will succeed. That is what actually brings into Ashanti Region. And as it was said, we've tried it in other regions and it's succeeded. It's human beings that will carry you. I, as a leader, believe that you are working for me, and your success is my success. If Tafo succeeds, it's a region that has succeeded. If you fail, I have failed. So why not use my time and energy to make sure that you grow up, so that we will share the success. So I always say that I will never undermine any of my workers, and I'll always try to help them to grow, so that if they grow, I have grown. And then if they fail, I have failed. So your success here will be my success. And that's the reason why I have to fight so hard to make sure that Tafo comes up. Now, you are a district hospital, municipal hospital. Yes, you are municipal hospital because we created a new municipal. Yes. And I believe that this is just the beginning. A time will come that we will see this hospital so huge and we will say that, oh, I was part of it. At a point in time, I was the medical student. At a point in time, I was the matron. At a point in time, I was working here. And that is your pride. So make sure that you contribute so that this place will develop. More importantly, with our patients. In fact, I love my patients because they are my motivation. These are the people who push me to do other things. Anytime I go to Sawam and go to church, people will come to me, oh doctor, I don't know anybody. And people always come want to show certain things to you. Meanwhile, I don't believe it. I've not remembered anything. All that I know is that people are saying that you did something for them in the past. And they want to show you the outcome, the results. And this should be your pride here. So I believe strongly that if you work very hard and continue to work and work, your patients will lift you up. So if our attitude are right, the way we receive them and everything, the way we talk to them, we will meet them in the market, we will meet them at churches and other things. And these are the very people who will say good things about us. And it will go up and up. And as I said, the reward will always come and it's from the higher being. I'll continue to come here and partner with you, share lessons and then ideas with you. Some of us understand the job very well because of the number of years that we've been in the service. And we believe that with the knowledge and skills that we have acquired, it will help. There are 3 things that I want you to take home. You always have to build your knowledge. Build on your knowledge, whatsoever. Develop yourself in area of knowledge. In your skills, what you use your hand to do. Do it and do it very well. Because with time, that will sustain you. And more importantly, it's about your morals as a person. Because you may have good knowledge, good skills, but if your morals is not there, then you cannot grow. You cannot grow. So the 3 comes in a package. You always have to grow on your knowledge, your skills, and your right morals. And I believe that this hospital will grow from strength to strength. With your partnership and your support, we will all work together and succeed, so that the people of Ashanti will also succeed. Thank you for listening to me.
We have a program that went in the book Asylum, and I've been here. So, you see, but as for my regional director, he will not allow you, even if you have to just say a word. I bring you greetings from the region. But what I want to say is that I appreciate the workers in Tafo Hospital, especially the nurses and the midwives. I hardly get issues concerning nurses and midwives in this hospital. But what I want to say is about our attitude and communication towards our patients and clients is very important. We always, when I sit down, I just tell people that when you look at the nurse's pledge, it's full of promise. I promise that, I promise that. And then the midwife's pledge too is the prayer. So our work has to do with human beings. Those who started nursing, when you look at for transplanting, it has to do with human beings. So whenever we meet clients and patients, we should relate very well with them. Some time ago, I came to Tafo for monitoring. It was around 10 p.m. And when I came, there was this patient with a woman, asthmatic attack. I still remember her name. She's called Dora. And the way the woman was struggling, there was this prescriber, physician assistant. I went to him and I said, my brother, how can we help this woman? Meanwhile, the emergency unit was closed. May her soul rest with peace. This girl, Shaida, yes. In fact, when I called her, she started weeping. I told her that don't weep. Because of where she was, she started weeping. I said, don't weep, don't worry. The woman will not die. But we struggled and we had a key, and then the medical assistant did whatever she had to do for the woman. In fact, I least expected that this woman took a picture of me. If I went for a funeral, you know, Kumasi, Saturdays, either you are attending a wedding or a funeral. But the first place I got to was a funeral. So the second place I had to go was a wedding. So I had to change. And I was confused. I didn't know where to. Then I saw two ladies coming. When she saw me, then she started, hey, Auntie Ness. Hey, now I won't frame me. My friend will be now. So I said, hey, sister, where do you know me? She said, once they met me, Tafo, I'm asthmatic, I'm a super, but the people, you people did very well. Meaning you won't carry me. In fact, I just stood there and I said, oh, you're the Yamias, and I want to say. And she told me, say, hey, what you want to be asked for your work? Maybe you're going to pay your mom. So if you're a nurse and a midwife here, people pray for you. So when we meet them, we should behave as such. I know nurses and midwives throughout the year, somebody will not take a tablet or paracetamol. It is a basis that God bless you, that is working on us. So please, when we are related to our clients, we should know how to relate to them. And the second issue I have to talk about is the mentoring and coaching of the student nurses, the rotation nurses. Please, when they come, we should mentor and coach them well. Because as the director said, one day you'll be a patient. That time maybe you've gone on retirement or pension, or your granddaughter or somebody will be brought to you. And then what you are not expected to be done to that person will be done. And then you ask yourself, when I was in the service, what contribution did I make towards nursing and midwifery? Please. So the mentoring and the coaching, we shouldn't leave them when they come. Whatever we have to teach them, please, let's do. I remember last week I met one of your executive officers at the National Service. And when I saw him, he said, Ma, I'm bringing a letter. We have plenty nurses here. About 140 rotation nurses. So I asked him, I said, nurses here, so the regional manager was in his office. I went there. I said, you see, boss, the complaints I was coming, the same thing Tafo, but they have 140. And then the man said, TCC, I won't job, you're very over there. You see, please, when they come, let's mentor, coach them, teach them at least the basic customer care. You see, you go to some of the facilities, if you are in uniform, fine, they know. If you are not in uniform, people start to WhatsApping and doing all sorts of things. You see a tiny nurse or a midwife, the way she will talk to a grown-up, then you ask her, yes, you ask whether this person is coming from a home. Please, whenever we meet seniors, especially when you meet elderly men, take them as your uncles, your fathers, and what have you. Likewise, the women. You see, at times you go somewhere, you go and stand there, and then you watch the way somebody is treating just talking to the person. Then you ask yourself, what is happening? And you know, in most of these hospitals, the female is a nurse. The male, whether the person is a laborer or what, is a doctor. And these two categories of staff, whenever people visit, it's really they look up to. You see, somebody has a problem and comes to the hospital. All what the person is looking for is how the nurse or a doctor will treat him or her. So please, let's be cautious of the way we handle our patients. And these days, because of the media issues, the listing, you are on the radio or TV. You see, and our communication channels, so please, we shouldn't forget. Most of the time, people come to our facility, they want to ask about their facility. Please, don't talk about it because administrator your message. Let the person go to that person. Whatever the person wants to know about Tafo or your facility, they can give to you. At times, you go and then say something, and then it creates a problem for, all of us. So I will end here. I don't want to bore you. And I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you.
All right. If I don't say something, my director will ask me again, why didn't you say anything? So I'll also say one or two things. But please, let's listen attentively. We are all professionals. All of us are professionals. And when we talk about a professional is somebody or a group of persons that acclaim themselves to be experts in a particular field. Said that we exhibit that professionalism anytime we attend to our patients. Okay? It is a pride to be a health professional. And patients perceive us to be very knowledgeable and experts in the work that we do. Now, what do we hear of late? Those of you that have been listening to news and reading papers, we've been hearing a lot of complaints from a lot of our facilities. And these complaints do come to the region. We hear everything. And the rate at which the complaints are reaching the regional director and the director general is becoming too alarming. It's becoming too alarming. And staff are being dismissed from the service. I read on the newspaper what happened in Upper East today, that some midwives collected monies from mothers that went to a hospital to deliver, and they've been punished for that illegal act. Please, complaints are very, very necessary. Let us accept complaints and deal with those complaints. When patients come to the hospital, I also work at my hospital as an administrator, so I'm talking from experience. When patients come to the hospital and lodge complaint, they are telling you that something is wrong, so what? Correct it. Okay? Anytime we receive complaints from our clients, they are telling us that something is not going on well, and for that matter, what? Change and correct those things. But what do we do today? We see or take complaints as an attack, unwarranted attack on our commitments. And we try to be defensive anytime we receive what? Complaints. Please, anytime complaints comes to you, make sure that you at least do something about it. Otherwise, it will go out. It is an expression of dissatisfaction of the service that we do what? Provide. And as CNMO said, this time because of the media, anything that happens goes what? Viral. And the DG is on top of issues. He has a lot of videos, photographs from hospitals within Kumasi. Even Tafo is part of it. So they know the things that are happening in our facilities. When patients come, let's do our best to satisfy them. Let's try to meet their expectations. If you don't meet those expectations, then definitely they will do what? They will complain. Are you following? Yes. So let's make sure that we meet the needs of our patients. No patient, I always say, will ever walk to Tafo Hospital, walk around, and then leave. Any patient that visits our facilities, they come with two needs. And if these two needs are met, they leave the hospital satisfied and very what? Happy. And what are those needs? One is the technical need, and the second is the social or the psychological need. The technical need is peculiar to the medical condition of a patient that comes to us. So that if you have headache or malaria, you visit the facility, you are seen, given your medication to go and take. Your technical need has been what? Met. That one, we don't receive much complaints. But the complaints are coming from the social needs. Our mother mentioned some, and I'll mention one or two of them. One is illegal collection of monies. I know it is an issue that you discuss at the debate here. Illegal collection of monies. Regional Director has written circulars, and some too were written by the Director General, warning staff to stop collecting monies from patients without ensuring that those monies are what? Receipted. It's unnecessary where a patient will be sitting waiting for service to be delivered, and clients and staff will be playing with what? Their phones. It is unnecessary when they are waiting and you see staff chatting unnecessarily. Anytime patient sits or waits, after every 30 minutes, let's give them some sort of information. Ma'am, the patron doctor about Penawahana. Well, it is a what when you get to the bay, what you want. Patient are for lab, investigation, and waiting there 45 minutes. But you say, investigation now, we are waiting the bay 45 minutes. If you don't give any information to that patient, you will see the waiting as what? Unnecessary. No account, no coffee, FM, and I'm a contact hospital, John of Science, let's inform who use of phones, and all those things. So let's take note of those things. And then more importantly, this is just to emphasize on what CNM said, our attitude. Our attitude, the way we talk to our patients. It is not only the attitude, but our countenance, our facial expressions. Well, patients are back. That is not to go on. They say, when you say you are ready to work, to work. If we do things that way, obviously they will go out and then complain. Let's talk to our patients nicely. Let's take them as our fathers, our mothers, our friends. Anytime I meet my staff, I tell them that when administrator falls sick, then I come to you. Whatever thing that you do for me, when any other patient comes to you, do those same things to that patient. We go hospital now, then I say, selection, next time I wear the bank, I'll be back. Say yes and no, patient will be happy with us, and the perception of us will always be what? Positive. I believe you work with that. Thank you so much.
Hello. At this stage, when you say more comments, I'm going to share about well and our team know well. You allow at this stage to speak and say, as for more person, more passing common person, more than I say, more person, more passing common relationship. You allow it.
My name is Emmanuel, CEO of the Trinity Hospital. I'm here on behalf of Trinity Hospital to welcome Director to the municipal. Now we are all in the municipal, so the municipal hospital and the Trinity municipal. So Trinity, so Director, you are welcome. I'm very, very, very happy to be invited here. You will say that my invitation is one of the kind that you have not seen throughout your visits. This shows that Tafo is well with the private hospitals and the municipal. So that is why Tafo is well with us, because whatever they are doing, they invite us. Whatever we are also doing, we invite them. They supervise our work, and always they are there to help us, shape us, make sure that the health of the people in the community are well. Now, I would like to say one or two things whilst you are here. The first thing is that we are all seeing people in the municipal and in the region. So we were talking about staff. The chief nursing officer mentioned that there are about 140 or 150 rotation nurses who are ready to come to Tafo, and the place is choked. They will not even have a place to even work. And CNO also mentioned that when they come, we should mentor them, we should teach them. I'm happy to tell you that I have sent some of my nurses for such trainings. So when the students come, other students from the nursing schools, they come there for practical. So the nurses are able to mentor them, they are able to teach them. So I will plead with the region that these 150 people that they are even not going to have, let me say, places to work comfortably. I'll plead that you liaise with the Tafo people to post some to us, so that even the things that we cannot do there, things like psychiatry, they can come there and then do the psychiatry here. So I'll plead with the region and send us some. Not only the rotation nurses, the other category of staff, because when maternal death occurs at Trinity, it affects the whole region. So I also plead that you send some of the doctors, some of the medical officers and the midwives who have been posted to, because it is done when you go to charge institutions. These people are posted there. So if it is possible, you will do that for us. I also plead that at the regional health, if there's any going to be training, you help us, you give us quota so that we can also bring our staff for training. Trinity Hospital has an ambulance, brand new ambulance. So I'm just informing the regional director that now the national ambulance has a problem. So if you go to any of your region, of your districts and they need ambulance, let them inform Trinity. We will come to help people. My last token is that because of the good relationship between Trinity and Tafo, if any of Tafo staff is sick and needs ambulance, the ambulance will come and pick the person free of charge. Thank you.
From the psychiatric units, and looking at where I'm coming from, I'm going to talk about psychiatry. Tafo Hospital is noted to be the mental health hospital for the region. And then looking at the number of patients that visit the psychiatric unit at Tafo Hospital, the place is now becoming a referral center. And then the facility too, the logistics, even the place of work. As I'm speaking currently, we don't have a permanent place for psychiatry. We are operating at the hospital's library, which we are always on the management neck to help us get a place, at least permanent, for psychiatric units. But as I'm speaking, still that issue is still hanging. So our director and the regional team is here. We are pleading on your behalf to also help us if we can get people from outside, donors, NGOs, or even the government themselves. They can come and help us to put up a nice building for psychiatry. And I'm sure if we have a nice building, everything in there, we have consulting rooms, we have psychiatrists, we have maybe some 5 or 10 beds that we can take care of the patients here, I'm sure the hospital will also have a good image, and then it will definitely bring people to come and seek for psychiatric services over here. Thank you.
The pharmacy is the last point the patient visits before going home. If we fail, we can have the best doctors, we have failed. But unfortunately, they're waiting. They will wait and wait and wait, and when they get to the pharmacy, they are just automatically angry. The listing will trigger. I think we are patient enough, but it will get to a point we might not be able to hold ourselves. So if the message was saying they should bring more doctors, MAs, it's true. The numbers. Otherwise, our patients will leave our unit dissatisfied, always. So I'm just begging, if it's possible, add some prescribers, I beg you, so that the waiting at the pharmacy will decrease and Tafo's image will be elevated. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. Thank you very much. My name is Mrs. Susie Asu, a physician assistant. If I heard director right, though I can't quote him verbatim, but I could put it in my own words, that he said, man's efficiency without God's sufficiency will end in deficiency. I really thank you for that word. There are some staff, they want to do eye services. When they see the management or the officials, before you see them doing something. But I strongly believe that whatever you do in your secret, the Lord Almighty sees. I'm very grateful, and especially to midwifery. It's not easy, especially at dawn. If I have my own word, I'll define a midwife as people, angels, who bring children into the world. Their work is actually difficult. But then, we are pleading with all staff that the work is difficult. But whatever we do, we instead look unto God. We shouldn't look for any reward from mankind. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Psychiatry. As I said, very soon, this facility will be a municipal hospital. And I believe that it will go with all the components of a municipal hospital. And we'll have the psychiatry unit also upgraded to that same level. We are now in the process of the proposals and other things. I can see we have some structures here. So let us meet with the metro, the region, and then the national level to see what package they have for Tafo. Because of the space, I believe that all the expansion will be on this compound. Because I don't think they will have to go to any other facility. Unfortunately, I hear you have space. So maybe we'll have to start the process. And we will need your input, all of you, especially the management, as to how you envision the new municipal hospital. You will start the process, get about 5-year strategic plan for this facility, and then submit it to me. I will in turn work on it and then see how we can intervene and then put up some of this. In addition, there are other areas that I think we will need inputs from you. So let us try as much as possible to do that. For the midwives, I have to congratulate you. Anywhere I go, I said, the worst thing that has happened to me as a doctor was when I lost my first midwife from maternal mortality. In fact, my first midwife died from maternal mortality. And because of that, I took very keen interest in the father and then the baby. After 2 years, the father came to me that, oh doctor, because of the baby, you will have to remarry. And I was supposed to be the chair for this wedding. Sitting there, seeing how this man is so happy with the new wife, then coming to think of my midwife. I wish that there was a video for her to see what was happening. So I always tell my midwife that if you don't have anything at all to do, make sure that women will not die. Because the worst tragedy that can happen to any woman is to die from maternal mortality. So this is my own experience that I'm sharing with you. So make sure that if you don't do anything at all here, we make sure that our mothers, who are the future and the foundation for our society, will not die. I hope it's well understood. So congratulations. I'm happy that somebody has congratulated the midwives. They are doing so well. So there were other issues. Yes, the pharmacy waiting time. What do we need? Pharmacy technicians or pharmacists? Yes, and or doctors. We need prescribers. We need pharmacists. Yes, because medical should talk about the doctors. But we will need pharmacists and pharmacy technicians. So we've noted that. Yes. Looking at your workload, I know you are doing very well. Yes, in fact, this data that is in front of me shows what you are doing. I would like to congratulate you for hard work that you are doing.
Yesterday, the bishop met me and told me that, if the national service people are saying that they will send nurses and midwives to the private hospital, we are going to send to Trinity because they have the capacity. So, already, Tafo management, they have you at heart, so don't worry. Thank you.
So thank you very much. We are also, for information now, we are municipal, and we are also third place in the peer review. I was expecting that. Okay, I'm happy to appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Once I was writing to give it to her, she's also giving it back to me. As to my son, doctor. You observe what said the doctor Kayano. Peer review last year, no? You have feedback, and it's not good to keep the feedback to ourselves. Please clap for yourselves. Yes. Yeah. Out of 31 hospitals now, or more than peer review, it's also 10. Yes, and see, on my price, I know that, and then you sit down and come here. All right, that's it. And all my team is here got the first position. Whatever MCH and Tafo 10. And see, all the efforts we put in are not being in vain. There's something to show that we haven't reached there yet, but we have also exhibited high sense of belongingness, teamwork, and we are of the view that the next time they will come here, what we have, let's maintain it. They are building on it. This is yet 10 years about 7 then it means that we are going down, and yes, which will not be the best for us. And either we maintain or we do what? We build ahead. That's right. So we are very grateful, and we want to thank the regional director and his team, and we want to say that peer review, as they said, and we continue to hold, has come to do what? To stay. And we have to also brace ourselves to meet the demands of peer review and make sure we don't exactly, we don't actually, I don't want to say we maintain our position, but we should improve. So if we are 10 now, we should target second. And then yes, we either go second or first, but not to come down. That is what it should be. Yeah. So on this note, I think all the answers have been, questions have been answered, and I would like the medical student to give us the closing remarks. Yes. Sorry, before the closing remarks, we want to build the regional director to give us some few minutes to do some presentation here, and I'll let the next manager do the introduction, and the chief nursing officer will take it from that. Thank you.
Thank you, Regional Director and team. We are most grateful to have you here this afternoon, especially when this presentation is going out to one of our units. Nursing units, we've been tasked to use nursing tools by our directors out there. So that is what we are using to assess ourselves. Last year we did it, and we have the first position, the second, and the third. But we are presenting a prize, we are doing a small presentation to the first position. When we did our assessment, surgical ward came third with 74%, followed by general ward. They were leading, and we don't know what happened. During the last quarter, they flopped. So they came to, they had 76%, and emergency unit had 77%. So we want to urge all other units to try out this year. This year, the presentation will be a special one. So we will invite our CNO to do the presentation for us. So emergency in charge, please.
Thank you for your team. Thank you, next manager, and all of us here. We are very grateful, and we promise you that we are going to elevate our moral to 100%. We have the knowledge, we have the skills, we are going to be moral sound. In Jesus' name.
So next manager will be chairing the second function whilst we see them off and come back.
Everyone told me to be strong. Hold on and don't shed a tear. Through the darkness and good times, I knew I'd make it through. And the world thought I had it all, but I was waiting for you. Hush, now I see light in the sky. Oh, it's almost blinding me. I can't believe I've been touched by an angel with love. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the walls for a new sun. A new day has come. A new day where it was dark, now there's light. Where there was pain, now there's joy. Where there was weakness, I found my strength. All in the eyes of a boy. Hush, now I see a light in the sky. Oh, it's almost blinding me. I can't believe I've been touched by an angel with love. Let the rain come down and wash away my tears. Let it fill my soul and drown my fears. Let it shatter the